Welcome to the lecture number 6 on tree structures. So in this lecture, we will see how different algorithms follow a tree structure for their data representations, specifically focusing on binary trees. We will learn to carry out time complexity analysis for the algorithms that follow the tree structured data representation. We will also see different types of binary trees. So let us begin the lecture on tree structures. So let us recall the linear search problem. Okay. So here, for example, there were 5 elements and their respective locations were 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right. So in this particular case, the 1, 2, 3 up to n, these are the search locations, right? So these are the search locations, and I have added successful termination that is represented as S. So at every location there is a chance of successfully finding the element, right? Finding the key element. So that is represented as S. So the S is added here, S is added here. So all positions there is a possibility of having yes, that is successful termination. And also there is one more called as U, which is unsuccessful termination. So I have added this U at the end of the array, right? So at the end of this array, so we says that it is an unsuccessful termination. So now in this case, the linear search problem is represented just like a binary tree, right? It is like a binary tree representation. So the path length to the first search, what is the best case? So the best case for finding the best case would be that finding the element at the first position. So path length to the first S equal to 1, so that is omega of 1. What is the path length to the last last successful search? It is n, right? So I find the key element at the last position. So in this case, the time complexity would be O of n. What about the unsuccessful search? The path length to the unsuccessful search would also be n. So in this case, it is a theta n algorithm, right? So now let us try to analyze this binary tree, right? So this is a binary tree containing total number of nodes is n, where n is the number of search locations, right? So in this previous slide, n is the number of search locations, and here what is n? The another n is yes termination. So there are n yes terminations, n search locations, and one unsuccessful termination. We have represented this one. So the total number of nodes in the binary tree, which we have represented in the previous slide, is n, capital N is equal to 2n plus 1 vertices. If you can count that, so you will see that there are 2n plus 1 vertices. So now what is the height of the binary tree? So height of the binary tree is given with the formula n minus 1 divided by 2. So if you substitute this n equal to 2n plus 1 in this particular formula, then you will get the height of the binary tree is n, right? We have already got this complexity analysis in the previous slide. So therefore the height or the depth of the binary tree is proportional to O of g of n, where g of n is equal to n, height of the binary tree. So this is a linear binary tree. This is a linear binary tree, and more specifically, this is also called as a skewed binary tree, because the elements are added on this particular side, right? The elements are added in this in the skewed fashion, right? So now, yeah. So let us recall the another problem which we solved in the first lecture at the multiplication problem, where we discussed that we want to do x power 16 with repeated multiplications, right? So yeah, multiplying x 16 times. which was not very efficient algorithm. So what did we do? So we tried to divide this x power 16 in terms of x power 8 into x power 8. Again, x power 8 was divided into x power 4 into x power 4. X power 4 was again divided into x power 2 into x power 2. Similarly, x square was divided into, was split into x into x problem. So now, if we closely see this representation, then it follows a tree representation. So now, so this is an example. You can see that the 16 x power 16 now is split into 8 into 8, and then 8 is again split into 4 into 4. 4 is again split into 2 into 2, and 1 into 1. So this is the Bushy binary tree, right? So this is an example of a Bushy binary tree. And now a binary tree has the recursive appearance. Okay, when you closely see a binary tree, we will see that it has a recursive appearance of parent, left child, and right child, right? So parent, left child, and right child. So if this left child gets children, then this left child will become the parent, and it will its left child would means the left child would be on the left side, and right child would be on the right side to it. So similarly in this case also. So a binary tree has 3 types of vertices. So a vertex which has 2 edges. So a vertex which has 2 edges incident on it. So such a vertex is of a degree 2, and it is called the bivalent vertex. So if you are closely seeing the binary tree, so root is the only node which has degree 2, and it is the bivalent vertex. All others have more than 2 means edges incident on them. So a vertex which has 3 edges incident on it, it is a vertex of degree 3, and it is called the trivalent vertex. And now a vertex which has which has only 1 edge incident on it. So the vertex of degree 1, and they are called the monovalent vertex, or they are called as the pendant vertex. So pendant vertex, they are usually at the bottom of the tree, bottom of the binary tree. We will see all these 3 types of vertices: bivalent vertices, and bivalent vertex, trivalent vertex, and pendant vertex. So consider a typical binary tree, right? We have we have the nodes, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right, in the binary tree representation. So in this case, the bivalent vertex, which is the root vertex, so bivalent vertex, the degree is 2, and it is the root vertex. What about the others? All other vertices from 2 to 15, all are trivalent, and they are all internal vertices. So these are all vertices with degree 3, and they are trivalent vertex, and they are also called the internal vertices. And now on the other hand, there are vertices from 16 to 31. If you closely see 16 to 31, they have the degree 1, and they are called the pendant vertices, and they are also called external vertices. So different types of trees, binary trees. So now we'll see a general binary tree. So a general binary tree, before going to the binary tree, we'll see what is the definition of a general tree. So a general tree is a data structure in that each node can have infinite number of children, right? So that is called the general tree, whereas a general binary tree is a data structure in that each node has at most 2 nodes, that is left and right. So this is a general binary tree. So at most 2 nodes on 2 nodes, one is left, another one is on the right side. The other type of binary tree is a complete binary tree. So a complete binary tree is a binary tree in which every level except possibly the last level is completely filled, and all nodes are as far left as possible. So you can see that a complete binary tree is one except the last level, all the levels are filled, right? All the levels are field here. In this case, you can see that this tree has three, this is level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3. So there are 3 levels, right? Where all the elements up to, means all the nodes up to the level 2 are filled except the last level. So this is an example of a complete binary tree. And the other binary tree is a full binary tree. So what is the definition of a full binary tree? So a full binary tree is a binary tree in which every node other than the leaves has 2 children, right? So it's a binary tree in which every node other than the leaves has exactly 2 children. So sometimes this full binary tree is called the proper binary tree. So in this case, in this example, you can see here that except at the last level, every node has 2 children, right? Every node has 2 children. So this is a full binary tree. So now let us consider a full binary tree. The example, it is shown here, containing the total. You can see that 1 to 15 is the element, right? The binary tree here. So a full binary tree contains odd. So what is the conclusion? So the conclusion from this full binary tree is that a full binary tree contains odd number of vertices, right? Odd number of vertices. We can, if we closely see this binary tree, right? A full binary tree, then we can see that, see all except the first level, you just see that at every level there are 2 power, here it is 2 power 1, 2 power 2, here it is 2 power 3 number of vertices at each level. So now here it is. So this forms an even number, right? So in powers of 2, if you do, the element will be in the, it will be even number. So even number plus 1 will give an odd number. So that is why you can say that a full binary tree contains odd number of vertices. But now we will systematically prove that how it is, and means the full binary tree contains an odd number of vertices. So let us now define the definition of a graph. So a graph G of n comma e having n number of vertices and e number of edges satisfies. So suppose this full binary, suppose this is a graph representation with n vertices and e number of edges. So this would satisfy that the degree of all the vertices inside the graph would be 2 times the edges, right? The 2 times the edges. So number of edges multiplied by 2. So where I will be varying from 1 to n, the number of vertices, and d of vi is the degree of the ith vertex. D of vi is the degree of the ith vertex. Okay. So why it should be 2 times the number of edges, right? Because every edge connects exactly 2 vertices, right? If there is an edge, then it connects exactly 2 vertices. So every edge accounts for a degree of 2, contributing 1 to each of its end vertices. So every edge connects exactly 2 vertices, and every edge accounts for a degree of 2, contributing 1 to each of its end vertices. So you decide the number of edges. So if there are e number of edges, then it would be 2 times. The total degree of the vertices would be 2e. So that is what is said earlier. So a tree has n vertices and n minus 1 edges. So if you see the tree, that it has n vertices and n minus 1 edges. So a tree is a connected circuitless graph. So a tree is a connected circuitless graph. So if there is a circuit inside the tree, then it is not a tree, right? Because it has a circuit. So in a tree, there is only one and only one part between every pair of vertices. So in a tree, there is one and only one part between every pair of vertices. So there is only one edge. That is what is the conclusion. So in a binary tree, there is only one even vertex, right? We have already seen that one. So in a binary tree, there is only one even vertex. Which is that one? That is the root. Due to one and only one bivalent vertex, it is the root vertex, and all other vertices are odd vertices, right? And all other vertices are odd vertices due to the internal trivalent and external pendant vertices. So due to the internal trivalent and external pendant vertices. So now, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that total degree of the vertices sigma dvi is equal to 2 plus sigma dvj. Where what is 2? 2 is the degree of the root, whereas sigma dvj is the degree of all other nodes, which includes the internal nodes and the pendant nodes. So where I counts all vertices and j counts all odd vertices. So odd vertices, yeah. So now sigma dvi is equal to 2 plus sigma dvj, which is equal to 2 times n minus 1, because this total number of the total degree of the vertices in a tree should be equal to 2e. So 2e is n minus 1. In case of a tree, the number of edges is n minus 1. So 2 into n minus 1. So now let us, what is this 2n minus 1? 2n minus 1 is an even number. So the total the total degree is an even number. So in this particular case, so now the what is the total degree? The total degree sigma dvj is equal to 2n minus 2 minus 2, right? I have simplified 2n minus 2 and also I brought this 2 here. So it is 2n minus 2. This is an even number. So this is an even number. So if sum of odd numbers should be equal to an even number. So if the sum of an odd number should be equal to an even number, then number of odd numbers should be even, right? The number of odd numbers should be even. So now if this has to be a number, if this has to be an total degree has to be an even number, then number of odd numbers should be even. That is the conclusion. Therefore, a graph always contains even number of odd vertices, right? Even number of odd vertices. So now, therefore, in a full binary tree, if you take a full binary tree, n is equal to 1 even vertex plus even number of odd vertices. So this is the root and these are all the other vertices. So n is equal to 1 even vertex plus even number of odd vertices. So n is therefore an odd number. Therefore n is an odd number. Hence the proof for this one. So if n is the total number of vertices in a full binary tree, then how many internal trivalent vertices and external pendant vertices are present? Okay, if n is the number of vertices in the full binary tree, then how many what is the number of trivalent vertices and what is the number of pendant vertices? So now let us call that the pendant vertices be p. Let p be the number of pendant vertices, hence the number of trivalent vertices, right? Hence the number of trivalent, the internal vertices is equal to n minus p minus 1. So this 1 is the root, whereas the p is the pendant vertices. So now n minus p minus 1. So now let us take that sigma dvi, the degree of all the vertices. So the degree of vertices can be rewritten as one node into the first node, the root node, which is of a degree 2, and the pendant vertices p into which has a degree 1. So 1 into 2 plus p into 1 plus the internal vertices, the trivalent vertices, n minus p minus 1, which has a degree 3. So all these three added together should be equal to 2 into n minus 1. So now let us try to simplify this. 2 plus p plus 3n minus 3p minus 3 is equal to 2n minus 2. So it is minus 2p equal to 2n minus 3n minus 2 plus 3 minus 2. So here minus 2p is equal to minus n minus 1. 2p is equal to n plus 1. So now the total number of pendant vertices are they are equal to p is equal to n plus 1 divided by 2. So number of pendant vertices are n plus 1 divided by 2. So here the number of pendant vertices are n plus 1 divided by 2. So now the total number of internal vertices. What is the total number of if you exclude the root, then it is n minus p minus 1. So including the root, it is n minus p. So substitute the value of P here, n minus n plus 1 divided by 2. So you get it n minus 1. So total number of internal vertices including the root is n minus 1 divided by 2. N minus 1 divided by 2. So now let us simplify this n minus 1 divided by 2 and represent this in terms of pendant vertices. So here if I simplify, it would be n plus 1 minus 2 divided by 2, n plus 1 divided by 2 minus 1, which gives, I think this is the modified representation, and it gives P minus 1. So total number of internal vertices including the root, okay, including the root, here it is the same thing is represented in terms of pendant vertices. It is P minus 1. So total number of trivalent vertices is equal to n minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1, right? N minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1, which is, I will simplify this one. So n minus 3 divided by 2. So if I modify this one, right, and represent, then it would be P minus 2. So total number of trivalent vertices in terms of pendant vertices, it is P minus 2. So depth or height calculation in a full binary tree of n vertices. So now let us try to analyze the complexity with respect to the binary tree, full binary tree. So now this is at the level 0, and 2 and 3 are at the level 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 nodes, they are at level 2, and all other nodes are at level L. So this is in general, it is at level L. So now in this, how many number of nodes at level 0? They are 2 power 0 nodes. At level 1, 2 power 1 nodes. And at level 2, 2 power 2. Similarly, at level L, it is 2 power L nodes. So now let us try to total number of nodes in the binary tree. Let us try to add this 2 power 0 plus 2 power 1 plus 2 power 2 plus dot 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 plus 2 power L is equal to n. So in case of a full binary tree, this would be n. So now let us try to simplify this equation. So 2 power 0 plus 2 power 1 plus 2 power 2 plus, okay, up to 2 power L is equal to capital N in case of a full binary tree. So in general, 2 power 0 plus 2 power 1 plus 2 power 2 plus up to 2 power L is greater than or equal to n. So now external level is a full, in a full binary tree is at the nth level. So the external level in a full binary tree is the nth level, the last level which we have seen, the nth level. So number of vertices in the nth level, how many vertices are there? There are 2 power L vertices at level L. So type of vertices in the nth level is, so what are the nodes at the nth level? They are all the pendant vertices. So what is the number of pendant vertices we had? So we had number of pendant vertices we have computed was n plus 1 divided by 2. So now simply substitute 2 power L is equal to n plus 1 divided by 2. So 2 power L plus 1 is equal to n plus 1. Now you take log on both sides, okay, log to the base 2 on both sides, and then you will get L equal to log of n plus 1 minus 1 to the base 2, right? So this is the complexity, right? This is the number of vertices, right? This log n. This is the level. 2 power L is the level. So if there are this many number of nodes, then level would be the log of that particular number of nodes. So now the best case and the worst case in case of a binary tree. So now what would be the worst case? What would be the worst case? The longest length would be the skewed binary tree, right? Which we have already seen at the beginning of this lecture. So if you represent the binary tree in a longest form, that would be like this, right? This is the longest length. And what is the shortest length? The shortest length would be to fill it, to make it a bushy binary tree, right? To make it a bushy binary tree. And in this case, what is the length? The length is equal to n minus 1 divided by 2. And here L is almost proportional to big O of n. Here big O of n. It is the length of the number of nodes here. What is the shortest length? In case of this kind of binary trees, right? In case of bushy binary tree or for complete binary tree, full binary tree, here L equal to log of n plus 1, log to the base 2, log to the base 2 here, right? And then here L is proportional to log n to the base 2, which is proportional to O of log n to the base 2. Here it is omega of log n to the base 2. So let us recall. So same way we can solve many problems, like we have solved p is equal to a power n using p equal to p multiplied by a, given t is proportional to n, and p is equal to a power n using p is equal to p into p, right? So you can multiply this one, continuously multiply. Okay, here in the first case, in the second case, we use the binary tree representation to solve the problem, and the complexity which we got was log n to the base 2, right? Thank you.